Open Grand Final. First and foremost, I'd like to welcome our referees onto the field. Amanda Sheikey, Alison Waters, and Kathleen Spence. Please make welcome to the field.
We're back here live for the Women's Opens final of the 2020 Inferno National Touch League. The pre-game presentation getting underway. Our three referees, Amanda Sheikey, Alison Waters, and Kathleen Spence. You can see them lined up as we await the arrival of two teams. The Sydney Mets, led on by the juniors from the Maxville Falcons Touch Club. I'm joined in commentary here by Paul Sphere. He's got a great relationship with the Mets girls and also knows quite a few of the Scorpions as well. Spheezy, what are we looking for in this Women's Opens match?
Oh, look, you know, you've got Ash Quinlan and you've got a lot of experience in the Mets girls with a lot of youngsters. But this young Scorp side, they've done so well to make this grand final. A lot of their main players are out, you know, needing a rest or injuries, and they have overachieved and they've got nothing to lose. I expect them to come out and really try and pressure the Mets girls. And the Mets girls have just got to hold their nerve. And, yeah, you just don't know. You dare to dream.
I have to be totally honest with you. It was a shock to see these two teams in the final. I was picking an all-Queensland grand final, as was my co-commentator in the women's semi-finals, Danny Davis. She actually tipped against. She went with the Scorpions on heart, but thought her head was leading her towards the opponents, and it went the other way.
Problem is Danny's living in Queensland now, even though she's a blue girl. So, nah. I thought, look, the Mets had a really tough game against the Sharks, but, yeah, they came through at the end. They were down 2-0 for a lot of that game.
So we'll get ourselves ready here for the National Anthem, and we await the National Anthem for our two teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please ask you to be upstanding for the Australian National Anthem.
So the stage is set for the All New South Wales Grand Final. The rivals, the Sydney Scorpions, taking on the Sydney Mets. The National Anthem there sets the stage beautifully. The crowd ready to go here in Coffs Harbour. The referees just having their final powwow in the middle. And we look forward to what should be a fantastic match. We were talking there just before we came on air, Svizi. Quite a few injuries in the lineup out there.
Yeah, look, and to overcome a lot of that adversity, this young team, mate, it's a great job by their coaching staff and whoever's there helping. But yeah, I think Kate Ryan, I think she's out injured. I don't know if Lucy McDonald's playing. I know she hurt her shoulder. And I think it's Olivia Steer. She's another one that I don't know if she's ended up playing or not.
Okay, disappointing for them, but it was a big thing for them to make the grand final. You said a young lineup here for the Scorpions, a real transitional phase. They are traditional grand finalists, so it's not uncommon to see them on the centre stage when the big games are on, but a very, very different lineup.
Yeah, completely different. But, again, a credit to their coaching staff to really bring them up with it, and a credit to all the girls. I mean, geez, they've done well. Good on them.
So from earlier matches, I've seen probably 3 or 4 of their round matches and the semi-final that we saw this morning. I'll point out a couple of very important people. Aaliyah Parkey in the number 3, and also Kiala Duff. Lala Duff, as Danny called her earlier on, in the number 8. They've been outstanding. Their combination, they've known each other pretty much since birth. They work so well together. They are important. The other one, Nicole Saldern.
Yeah, correct.
She's really direct. She bends her back, goes forward, gets the meters, and lays a platform. And the final one I really want to point out is the big finisher, Billy Taylor.
Billy Taylor, yeah. A good young winger coming through. Very young. I think she's still only 17 or 18, not sure.
Yeah.
And she's been playing at this level and Manly Premier League for the last couple of years.
So, and in the Sydney Mets lineup, we talk about Ash Quinlan, probably the number 1 Women's Opens player in the game today.
Arguably the number 1. Yeah. In my opinion, yes, number 1.
Patricia Michaelopoulos, Gabrielle Chu, Abby Pappenhausen. She's outstanding. Ash Quinlan, without a doubt.
Courtney Young, who's just made the Australian Women's Opens squad. Yeah, a lot of good players there. But a lot of them other girls are still 17 and young. And so it's a really a good mix with the Mets.
So the stage is set now. The Scorpions will get us underway with the tap-off. We await the commencement. Referee Shiki gets us underway, and the Scorpions tap off. A little drop ball from the opening tap-off. Could be just nerves, as you said, youngsters. A little bit of pressure in the roll ball. So there's Quinlan now. Michaelopoulos. This is a gift. Young. Quinlan on the sweep. Gets it. Comes back short. They jam in on Young there. Quinlan drags it out. You can see some Rogers works hard. The number 14. I talked to Danny in the semi-final. She's impressed me as well. Simone Rogers.
Yeah.
From Ryde Eastwood, apparently. Danny gave us a bit of insight. She just eats the meters, puts her head down. We see.
And playing for Hills District now.
There we go. So now they punch forward. The Scorpions coming off their line. This is good. Saldern. That's Taylor going into half. Nice release here. Long ball. Taylor not able to go on the J-curve. And Pappenhausen will bring the ball back into play. Passes it across to Young. So Young will take the tap off in the middle of the field. That's Chu. Good pressure defensively there from the Scorpions. Coming up, cutting down the space. And they force the error. So both teams, a little bit of a shaky start.
Mistake early, bit of nerves from both sides there.
Nerves can come into play early here. They'll feel each other out. They'll just be applying the pressure.
They played each other round 1 also, and I think Mets ended up winning, by about 3 tries. So, but Scorps did compete with them.
As you said, they both played each other in round games. They've come out of the same pool. Saldern goes across the line, but good defence from the middles there.
Beth Webb. She showed her that short side, and she ran her down.
So I think that's young Andy Law in half. That's good meters for the Mets. A very direct play there, really punching hard through that middle third. Nicely done. Law backs it up. That's 2 runs in this set. Beth Webb.
They'll be looking here for Beth.
There she goes from half, picks up, looks long. Nice defence.
By Billy.
Yeah, Billy Taylor comes in and shuts it down. Penalty. Offside.
Oh, okay.
Interesting play
Obviously
there.
playing advantage there.
So That's Brooke Shrew. She'll take the tap, bring it into play. Law now. Law and Quinlan. See Quinlan there, just tugging it back. Don't take the space too early. Rush pass from Quinlan. That's unlike Ash.
And that was like the fake quickie there. And the long ball out to the link.
It's interesting there with Ash Quinlan holding the jersey of Andy Law there. Sort of don't close the space too early. We need the distance between us and the defence for me to do my work. But then rush the pass. So this is good. Kiala Duff. Intercept taken. Is that Shrew that came in off the wing there?
Yeah, young Brooke Shrew. Only 17.
Law overruns the mark there, so a delay to the roll ball. They won't matter too much about that. Good field position. There's Michaelopoulos. She'll be dangerous around the half position as well. They draw a penalty there.
No, it's just a roll
just
ball.
going to roll ball. Interesting call. So that's Michaelopoulos. Chu goes into half. Picks up Vanessa Duprat. There's Chu on the return. The flick on for Michaelopoulos. That one will go forward. The referee just tucks back into the pocket to make the decision, call the penalty, and awards the mark to the Scorpions on the 7-metre line. Paris Mooney gets us back underway.
That's good pressure there, and that's what they need to do. Both sides need to just stay up and try and win that middle third, which is so important these days.
We saw Parky drive hard into the box there. This is Kiala Duff in at half now for the end of the set. Geez, I thought she skipped away there, but the referee calls the touch. Back she goes. And that was the 6th touch. So Vanessa Duprat takes the first settler up. They get a roll on here, looking to go to their sub-box. That was forward for mine. Yep. The referee sees exactly what I see, calls the penalty. So the Scorpions now just on their own side of halfway line. That was Talara Bamblett, who took the ball back into the middle. This is nice. Back inside for Bamblett. Bamblett goes down on the mark. Great roll ball.
I think Abby will be penalised here for being offside the winger, Abby Pappenhouse.
Absolutely. No advantage.
Great second phase there.
Yeah, very nicely done. Kiala Duff, the number 8, working well with Bamblett as well as Jade Pond there. And we see the two guns coming on. This is Parky tucking into acting half. Gets it off to Duff. Ooh. Duff goes for the line. Touch made. Not sure, was that Bethany Webb again?
Correct.
And we can see Saldern out on that left-hand edge, the link position. That's Duff. Back to Parky. Parky fades across for Saldern. Saldern will go from half. She's good. Nice ball, but unfortunately a lot of pressure there for young Paris Mooney. Not able to take possession. And Quinlan just letting Abby know, come back with the ball. We'll restart from the 7-metre line and we'll punch forward through the middle. Nice meters there for Beth Webb. There's Quinlan working hard. Punches it out to Madison Regan. Now they go forward. Pappenheisen comes in and gets through a power of work. That's Keely McDonald. We see a penalty there. A forward pass off the ruck.
Yeah.
So just the timing's a little bit off.
Well, that's a third forward pass, so they really, they just got a bit, maybe a bit excited. They just got to get a little bit deeper.
That was Parky going from half. Didn't want to go too far. They need to get the fresh legs on. They've done so now. They reload. That's a good release. Acting half in position. This young lady here with the ball, Smith, she's been good in the early rounds. Only young. I believe she's from the Northern Beaches Association in Sydney's Northern Beaches. Only a youngster, but she's been very impressive.
Yeah, I think there's one girl out there that's 14. That might be her.
That might be her. She's very young. But wow, she has stepped up Danny was singing her praises earlier in the semi-final and one of the round games that we commentated together. She just really stepped up and took control of the game against a much more fancied opposition. The ball pushed out to the wing there. That could have been late. I think we will see a penalty here. Yep, we will. Would have been just better off taking the possession there and the touch. So now a relieving penalty coming off their own line, the Scorpions. Good meters. They need to be quicker into that acting half there, Paul.
Yeah, the downtime there, and here they'll wrap on.
So now's Parky.
And this is where
Taylor goes into half. This is better.
Oh.
Much, much better. The extra meters, but we've also got a half. There's Saldern. She's dangerous here. Big left to right pass, but tucked into the pocket was Brooks Shrew. Parky makes the touch there. Yeah, these forward passes around the ruck.
Yeah, that was very close.
It's so close. The timing needs to be impeccable. This is better defence too from the Scorps. Lots of pressure there.
Mate, the Scorps are going unreal. They're just staying with them, and I think that'll be secret. They'll just be thinking, let's just stay with them as long as we can, and if they can jag it, they're playing good footy.
Here's Parky. She gave it off. That was Rogers now. Taylor in. Bamblett into position. Excellent play here from the Scorpions, rolling up the field. Pond. Inside. Jade Pond again. This is good from Kiala Duff. Finds Saldern. No, it wasn't Saldern. My apologies. That was Jessica Nagy. You might be able to help me out there. Is it Nagy or is it Nagy?
Actually, number 6. Nagy?
Nagy?
That's my guess.
Okay, we'll go with Nagy. Apologies to Jessica's family if I'm pronouncing her name incorrectly. As we see Quinlan. Pickup goes long, but good pressure there again in defence. Referee Sheehy coming in.
They'll have their plans for Ash too. I mean, everyone knows, and they'll try and go a little bit man-on with her. They don't want to give her the overlap because she'll end up getting them.
In one of the earlier round matches, the Brisbane Cobras put a lot of pressure on Ash and just took a little bit of spark away from the Mets, but she's good enough to overcome that. Nice settle. This is good. Rogers. Smith there, quick half. That's good. Extra meters. Smith again. This is good from the Scorp. She's through.
Ooh.
Offside was the play, and that was on the back of those two quick roll balls. Smith finds someone in space, but defensively, Kaylee McDonald is up to the task. That was good from Smith, Paul.
Yes.
Two really quick roll balls, and then she took her opportunity.
Very direct, and I think that's what they both got to do and wait for the opportunities. And that was a good opportunity there for Scorps to go up 1-0, but it's good scrambling defence by the Mets.
Yeah, McDonald impressive in defence right throughout the tournament, and now the Mets get the roll on that they need up over the halfway line. Young tucks herself into half.
She's quick.
Very quick. Is that Beth Webb?
No, that was Courtney.
That was Courtney. It was Courtney.
But again, showed to the short side and ran that down. Good defence.
So 0-0, 11.5 minutes gone in the first half. Big touch, but a good play the ball. Need to be a little bit quicker there again.
If there was a dummy half there, they would have got a penalty.
Saldern, good meters. Tatum Bird there with the ball now. Takes it down for Saldern here. Saldern looks to go. This is the last touch. She needed to take Chu on a little bit quicker there.
Yeah, I think Gabby protected her, and maybe she should have backed herself to throw a 4-on-3, which she's capable of.
One of the things I was really impressed with Saldern in the earlier match, she put her head down when she scooped and she just got behind the line before she looked up to see who was around. That occasion, she seemed to be playing heads up the whole way and probably overcomplicated it for herself.
Yeah, and I think the defence dictated to her then. She's got to come up with a better opportunity.
So now the Mets on the attack. Quinlan switches with Michaelopoulos.
Oh.
Nice touch coming in to shut that one down was Jessica Nagy.
Yeah, good try saver.
Needed to make it. Experienced combination there, Quinlan and Michaelopoulos. Good momentum here for the Scorps. Much better. Service from half important. Parky gets that one away. That's Kiala Duff. Pond takes it forward. Duff into half. Player taken out. Could have played advantage there. That was beautiful positioning. Kiala Duff got him behind the line on an angle, and there was big space in front of her.
Yeah, surprised.
So they'll regroup here. Kiala Duff, Nagi.
At the moment, the Scorps are actually on top of him near the line, so they just need to try and get some points.
That one little you and me play.
Here we go. So looking for a sweep over there. Oh, that's gone to ground. Oh, penalty. I think she was offside again.
So pressure there from the Scorpions, drawing the penalty. They need to keep the ball moving and test the defence. It's one thing to move it sideways, but if the defence aren't committing, there's no pressure, real.
And that's where they just got to run them straighter lines.
Duff for the dive over.
Yeah, good work by Andy Law there.
Yeah, she got onside beautifully. The long stretching, long legs of Andy Law got onside on time. Knocked down by Law, 6 more. You can see there, Parky calling to the sideline, not sure what she wants. She wants Saldern on, and on she comes. Naji, that's Duff diving for the line. Michaelopoulos with the touch. That was pressure touch there.
It's good footy.
Sideline referee indicating the touch was made. So
Metz.
now Saldern's on. Kiala Duff into half. Picks up Parky on the step out. Bamblett was going for the line.
Tell you what, she's seen that winger was open there. She might have been able to float it. She had a chance.
So again, Parky sets up. Back to Duff. Into half. Picks up Saldern, the pace player. Who goes for the line that time? But coming across in cover. Bethany Webb again. She's been outstanding, Paul.
Mate, she knows she's a really good defender, and she'll show her that, knowing that she's always going to shut her down.
So 15 minutes gone in the first half as we see Andy Law. Great meters, 20 meters, but a roll ball. Wow.
Got away with that.
They did get away with that one. It travelled at least 2 meters. But now they punch up over the halfway line. They're good meters too for Vanessa Deprat. Looking to pick up Young out of half. Just need to realign there. You can see the person that rolled the ball actually travelled forward.
I think Young will have a crack here. Oh.
Pulls out. Last touch now. So they need to push up off the line here in a flat line. Nice touch. I think that's Bamblett out on the far side there making that touch. Talara Bamblett. Good hands. Extra meters down the sideline.
And they'll latch on now and they'll get this roll.
They need to be in position for half.
But that's great work by Abby to cut him down.
Taylor gets it in there. That's nice work again. Simone Rogers. Good penetration here.
Oh, she's hurt her head. I think she's...
Just a player injured in back play.
I think just a bit of a head slam. She tripped backwards.
So just regaining composure. Young lady Madison Regan there. She'll get looked after in the substitution area. The medical team for all of these clubs here has second to none in looking after the players' welfare. As we see Quinlan bring the ball back into play now. There's Michaelopoulos, Chu. This is Young now, so a big shift over to the link position. Now pushing back through the middle, Michaelopoulos. This is where they'll look to break that defensive line with momentum. Hopefully draw a penalty, but so far the Scorpions defending really well. This is the final touch. Pushing out, Simone Rogers back inside, shut down by Paris Mooney. Didn't get the penalty they wanted, but that was much better from the Sydney Mets team. So the Scorpions walk it out to the 7 metres. It's 0-all. 2.5 minutes remaining here. Scorpions coming off their line. Smith, the youngster. Billy Taylor back inside to Talara Bamblett, who takes the team forward. That's Tatum Bird now. Saldern from half, draws 6 more. She really is having an impact here, Saldern. Dangerous out of half. That's Bird with the ball, back to Saldern. Bird goes into half, gets it off to Saldern, who can go for the line, but well read by Courtney Young. They just pull back here, space created. Chu comes up out of the line. Nothing happening here. Just looking to draw now. Young and Chu are up out of the line. That could have been forward. Play on the call. Nothing happening. Great defence so far from the Sydney Mets here. Quinlan.
The Scorps have dominated the field play, so they just haven't come up with a try.
They've had the possession, but yeah, just with that experience and that, you know, they really concentrate their work around Duff and Pucky, and when they're not out there, they just seem to be going through the motion. That's good meters for Chu. As is that. In behind the defensive line, play on was the call. Bethany Webb.
That's a touch, I think. Great touch. Great touch.
Touch call. Bethany Webb, she's been outstanding in defence. Made the most of an opportunity. Must have been an offside play through call. We'll see it here again. Yeah, great call. Law. So, wow, the Scorpions see off the challenge here. 30 seconds remaining. That could have been the opening try for the Mets, but the Scorpions stand up to be counted when it mattered. And now Smith into the line again. That's Pucky. 20 seconds remaining. Lala Duff gets the ball back out to Smith. Smith throwing the dummy, tucks in behind the two defenders. Job was on there for Kiala Duff and didn't know where the touch count was there. Sfeezy, these youngsters, they've got to learn to count where they are in the touch count.
Yeah, I think she split the wrong way there. I lost count of the touch too.
So there it is, half-time, 0-0 in this very entertaining final. We haven't seen any tries, but it has been end-to-end action.
It has, yeah. It's very rare we see 0-0 half-time. Mate, great defence by the Scorps have been fantastic. They've been absolutely fantastic.
So we'll take a short break here. We'll let some ads play, and we will come back to you with a little bit of an idea about what we think the second half might contain. So here we are back live, getting ready to bring you the second half. 0-0, the Scorps and the Mets. The Mets will get the opportunity to take us off here. Beth Webb, what are we expecting here, mate? Set piece?
It'll be a set play, yeah, and I think I'm guessing it'll come back towards Abby's wing.
So let's see how Sfusy reads it here in the box. Webb takes it forward, Young into half. They'll just work together here for a little while. Dishes off Michaelopoulos now, right into the line. There's Quinlan. Quinlan gets it down. Webb again from half. Simone Rogers need to keep chasing there. And is that a Lynn Mortimer? Let's see what the referees consult. 9 times out of 10, they're going to call that ball down, and they have here. We'll see that one on replay. Rogers in the number 14, crucial decision in defence. We'll see here. She needed to keep chasing. Let's have a look at the put down. Oh, body's in the way. Referee's on the spot.
It was a good put down from what I can see. Whether,
yeah, not from our camera angle. Unfortunately, unable to bring you a clear picture. Too many bodies in the way. Head clash.
I went the opposite way to what I thought, but that's the option they had. So good on Beth for taking that.
So the captain, Lynn Mortimer, for the Mets, takes the first opportunity of the second half. So we see Duff with the long ball out to the left-hand side. Billy Taylor couldn't come back inside. That's nice defence. This will be an end of the set here. Folding back the Sydney Scorpions. Jessica Nagy. So now Quinlan into the line. Michaelopoulos doubles it up. Here comes Chu through the middle, back inside to Michaelopoulos. Gets the ball over the top. Could have been forward. Play on. Michaelopoulos.
Look to have a go here.
Good penetration
sweeper,
here.
Abby.
Sweeper play. That one will be late. Is that Pappenheisen coming in on the angle?
Yeah, she's not afraid to come in there. She's got a lot of ability, a lot of speed. Can get behind the line scooping.
Yeah, she will come into forward. That was
mistake.
a bad mistake. And again now, the pressure for the Mets scoring from the opening tap-off for the second half. The pressure's now on the Scorpions, and I think that's what we're seeing there.
And
They need to absorb that.
Yeah, he's set on Ash here, so there'll be something here between Ash and Court, I'm guessing.
Andy Law's been impressive in the middle too, just getting through the meters. That's a nice little bounce-out play. Young. Good pressure from the defence of the Scorpions on that occasion. So Quinlan into half now. There's Law.
Get around it here. Yeah, good defence. They got to really chop a hole there. They got to come back against the grain and try and create. Look, they're getting the numbers.
So it'll be last now. Young, caught from half.
Hey, good work there. That was a bad 6 by the Mets. They should have put more pressure on them. That's good defence.
But where they want to be,
This is great yards.
good yards, but they need to be quicker into half. Much better release there, going forward.
That's only second down the halfway. And this is where they're dangerous. They'll latch on. And if the Mets are waiting back there, they'll get them.
So that was Olivia Steer driving into the line, backed up by Tatum Bird. Nice work.
numbers
Out
out
wide
there.
now. Dive over, I think that's Pond.
Keely
No,
Silva.
Paris Mooney, but a great touch by Keely Silva coming in off the line.
And that's where they're dangerous, the school girls. And the Mets girls just roll back, and you just can't afford to do that.
But no damage to the scoreline there for the Mets. They still lead 1-0. But enterprising play from the Scorpions and tough defence from Keely Silva as the Mets push up the middle again. Silva came in to get through a load of work there.
Beth wants a dump here.
There's Beth Webb. Good pace, great touch. Nice touch, diving touch there on the inside.
I think a lot of teams always look for Ash to be the main ball player in the Mets, and Beth has taken a lot of pressure off her.
That was Tatum Bird with that touch, and then a penalty. So relieving penalty, 10 extra metres. Bird punches it forward, Taylor into half. That was Saldern driving forward. There's Bamblett, Talara Bamblett. Nice ball back out to Rogers. Smith from half, she'll go. Good pace, Smith, in behind the line, ball. Great pass, Talara Bamblett. That's the young girl I was talking about, Paul.
A lot of speed there. Like Beth thought she had her and she just took away from her.
Emily Smith, she's long and lean, big stride, but great foot speed. Have a look here from half. Just squares up, and Beth Webb is no slouch.
No, look at her.
She
Kick
beats
away.
it with pure pace in behind the line, and Bamblett did exceptionally well to get outside her player. We're all squared up at 1-1.
Great hit back.
Try scored for the Sydney Scorpions.
So the Mets
Number 29,
load up here to bring the ball back into play. 5 minutes gone here in the second half. And that is Chu taking it forward. Couple of wraparound plays, just moving the defence around. There's Chu back into the middle now. Young. Quinlan bounces off the left, back out to Chu. Look for the tap on play. Didn't get what they were looking for. So the Scorpions suck in the big ones as they just walk up to the mark. Taylor brings it back in. They need to move the ball a little bit more here. Go forward with some purpose. That's better. Quick service from half. Good drive, good release now. They need to tuck into half here. A little bit slow, but Bamblett gets there. That's Bird. Saldern tucks into the half position. She'll go here. Looks up, nothing happening. That was a set of 6 completed down where they need to be, but didn't really challenge the Mets defence. So the Mets bring the ball back into play. Once again, off their line. That's a good drive. Kayla McDonald. There's Michaelopoulos. Mortimer. Kayla McDonald again. Pushes up through the middle this time.
You want to see something at the end of this last come in?
Who have we got from half? Oh, unlucky. Not able to get the ball. There was Brooke Shrew. Just couldn't grab the handle of that one as it bounced around in the ruck area. So Bird dishes off now. That's Pucky. Good meters here. Pushing up that steer. Off to Rogers. Emily back to Rogers. Emily Smith there again from half. But the referee will come back to the mark. Not square at the roll ball. I was trying to get that out on the run, but got a bit tongue-tied. So a forward pass. Rogers makes the touch. This is good meters. Rogers offside. Play through was the call. Vanessa Duprat for the Mets, number 12. Made the most of the opportunity. As we see, going for the line, but a touch made. That was Annabelle Regan. Webb to Regan.
That's bad play there. They lost about 20 yards there.
And gave away a penalty. Even at that slow speed.
They had no plays on. You just bit off tucking it to the wing and Regan on there.
This is better too from the Scorps again, punching it forward. Pucky gets it down for Taylor. Taylor off to Duff. Duff turns it around there in the middle. That's Bamblett getting it down. There's Pucky. Gets a long ball to Bamblett in space, but shut down. Nice defence from the winger. Strike defence off the line. They look dangerous again, the Scorpions.
Yeah, they do. And the Mets must be allowing them to run, and that's what they love. They've got a great running game.
There's Webb. Quinlan now. Is that Pappenheisen?
That's Keeley.
No. Silver.
Silver.
Yep, Silver into the middle. Pushed over in the ruck. Let's see what the referee decides here. They're going to communicate with each other. To me, it was just a loss of possession. The girl going in with the ball into contact. Instituted the contact on the defender. And when they fell over, she lost control. So the Scorpions will punch back through the middle. This is good from the Scorps. Good service.
Normally
putting the Mets defence on their back feet. Good penetration into the line. Pucky now. Get the ball back out to Duff. They'll regroup. Pucky. There's Duff. Long ball, but good shutdown again.
Actually, they change up there. Normally they go to that sub box, and the Scorps change up their settling play. They went straight down the middle.
That was a real direct pattern there, and built on the back of the momentum. Unfortunately for them, not the finish they wanted, but they do get a penalty. Geez, that was a delayed penalty there. Not sure what it was for.
Yeah, big opportunity for him.
Doesn't matter because they have the ball now. Back to Duff. Duff goes for the dive over, and I think she got there. There's no question that the touch was made, but I don't think Gabrielle Chu was onside.
No, I don't think so. You have a look here. Makes that touch.
Nice dish straight off the ground. A very direct pass. Yeah, good call.
Yeah. I think she needed the link and the saver middle to try and help with her a bit better.
So the Sydney Scorpions take the lead for the first time in the match, 2-1. 0-0 at half-time. The Mets score from the opening tap-off, but it's been all Scorpions since then. Good pass.
Great ball.
Ashley Quinlan. And, of course, Courtney Young.
Seen that too many times.
Blink and you miss it. Have a look here.
I mean, she fooled us all there.
Michaelopoulos. The drive was important. Oh, could have been forward.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
The angle was a bit off-putting there.
Okay.
There was no complaint, so...
You're right. It's a 2-2.
Normally the players will let you know if it's forward.
I wasn't looking at the sub-box. I'm sure the coaches had their hands in the air, as you would have.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Everything's forward for me when there's a try.
Forward, late, sir, something.
Anything.
So we see the Scorps.
And Lynn Mortimer there, great defence.
Yeah, best in the business of Lynn Mortimer. Coming off the line hard there. This is the last touch. Out to Pucky. Pucky squares it up. Smith.
Oh. Bit lazy there, Beth. Good covering by Andy.
The young Smith, impressive again. Keep singing her praises, but she deserves it.
Look at Ash. Vision everywhere. And here's Patricia again.
Michaelopoulos hard.
That's what's good about Patricia. She'll change her role for the team and just drive hard and set up for the girls.
So now they pull the reins back just a touch because Quinlan wants to set up
She
a
wants
static
a 4-on-3
play here. Goes long. I think Michaelopoulos is in again. Unfortunately for the Scorpions.
You can see Ash setting up for that. And I think where the Scorpions went wrong, they let her dump on that 5 or 7. And yeah, you just don't. That's where you don't want anyone to attack.
So in the blink of an eye, the game's turned again on a dime. The Mets 3, Scorpions 2. Having a look, it just fell into Mortimer's pocket.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
That was a nice attempt to touch for Sarah Ryan, but couldn't get there in time. So now the Scorpions need to come back one more time. 12 minutes and 50 seconds gone in the second half.
That's good defence. That's what they need to do. They need to stay up if they want to stop this roll by the Scorps.
That's Paris Mooney.
Great work, Abby.
That's Billy Taylor there now. Steer gets it off to Kiala Duff. And the last touch taken by Jade Pond. Good meters for the Mets through the middle. Regan. Penalty given. No advantage there for Kayla McDonald, who really took it forward into the Scorpions line. Knew they were offside, drew the penalty. She's been good, McDonald. Stopped a couple of tries and has earned a couple of pennies with that sort of play.
Here comes Beth and Ash, so I'm sure they'll be setting up something here.
This is where you want them, this part of the field.
And this is where, you don't want to let them dump on that 5. You need to get them back. Or 7.
Ash, no penalty there. So they'll reset again. Webb in the number 4. Quinlan with the ball in hand. They'll work together. It's not going to matter who it is that takes the ball down. There'll be a quick split here for Quinlan. Quinlan goes wide. Oh. Nice hole running. But again, Taylor up and off the line to shut that one down.
Yeah, and I think Ash put her head up there. I think she should look to that wing.
Yeah,
they created the 3-on-2 here.
She never really looked wide, did she?
And she knows it.
Taylor defending hard for the Scorpions. And another release would be good here. Smith bends it back into the defence. Parky with a big right to left pass. Intercept taken, shut down immediately.
Oh, lost ball.
Yeah, lost ball. Could have gone
Could've
they're the
gone either way.
50-50 calls.
You got to be stronger in that ruck and dominate it.
No penalty there. That was just momentum.
I think she fell down.
Yep. The milkman. Saldern punches through the middle. That's Pucky. Pucky to Duff.
And that's it. That's on that.
Duff will come back off the right foot. Hits Pucky. Penalty given. Pucky might have picked up an injury here in that collision.
I think she accidentally got her in her face.
Yeah, just a signal from the referee there. Let's have a look at it in replay again. So the ball comes out to Pucky. Yeah, accidental there. She was closing down the space, and you could see her saying sorry as soon as she hit her. It wasn't intentional, so a nice play there. And concern shown.
Great work.
That ball, Duff hitting the line outside Quinlan, and the pass, you can see Quinlan almost she just looked up and what just happened? Here we see it again. Quinlan pointing, telling Law to break to that side. They do trail nicely and just simply beaten in the air. Pappenheisen coming in but not in time.
Keeley saw it.
Oh, Keeley still, sorry, Keeley.
Try scored for the Scorpions.
They won't go away, young schoolgirls. Geez, they're going great.
3-3. And as the Women's Opens coach for New South Wales, Paul, you'd have to be sitting back, rubbing your hands together. The talent that's on display here, the all New South Wales Grand Final.
Yeah, forward pass. That was...
The women's 20s coach would have to be...
Yeah, I think Matt Scrange is sitting there, yeah. Mate, both of us. Really good.
So the Scorps now.
There's more under 20 girls here than Women's Opens.
But the future for the Women's Opens game in New South Wales has to be burning bright.
Yes, hope Queensland know that.
I'm sure. I'm sure their selectors are sitting up in the stands here. As we see, nice breakaway for Duff. But to the line she went, and a great touch. Courtney Young not panicking.
Full of run-in, Scorps. Under 3 minutes to go. Wow.
3-3. We could be heading for drop-off, but the Mets
and because the Scorps took the tap off, if it does go to drop-off, the Mets will have the advantage of tapping off.
The new drop-off in play. We'll talk about that if we get there, as we see the referee blow a penalty. So another attacking penalty given away by the Mets.
Bad mistake.
Right on the halfway line too, so bad position. Just
they'd want to get up here and take as many touches before they get to the
slow
middle
roll
line.
ball, good pressure there. Andy Law getting up out of the line, but they exploit that now.
Yeah, good work. Too easy there.
Another good release. Pucky and Duff working hard together. That's Tatum Bird.
Yeah, should have took her time there, didn't they? Should have come back.
Again, that's the exuberance of youth, just rushing the play a little bit. Good meters here. And a hard touch.
Yeah. No need for that.
Oh, it might have been offside. Not so much for the touch. I saw her there pointing, the referee pointing to an offside player and just showing her.
Ash should want to try and get here as quickly as she can to that 7-yard line and maybe have a couple of goes at the line.
So good, solid defence here.
And this will be it.
I think that was Bird coming off the line.
Here we go.
It's Bird again.
So we throw an out ball here.
Pucky good hands. Come up hard. Pucky will cover.
Good
nice touch from Pucky. You saw her shoot up, but then she fell back, got underneath the winger who'd also come in.
Great touch from, she went from the link position, so good scrambling defence there.
Penalty. I'm not sure what happened there, but a penalty. The referee's calling the penalty, whether it was for not moving forward or might have shot up a little bit too early. Doesn't matter. The referees have blown the penalty, and the Mets are back on the attack. 7 metres out. Vulnerable position here for the Scorpions if they don't communicate here and make the right choices in defence. Quinlan.
She wants the ball.
Beth Webb. She looked to go back inside for Quinlan. She does now.
Great touch.
But the defense was on song. Lala Duff. 15 seconds remaining. There it is. It's all about timing, and Duff was on song. This will be the final play. 5 seconds remaining. And there it goes to ground. So the Scorpions.
One touch here.
Siren in the background. One touch. We're all tied up. Sfeezy, 3-all.
Unbelievable. What a great effort by these young schoolgirls.
So the 8th edition of the rules here come into play. The tap-off is important in a drop-off. The drop-off starts now.
4 on 4.
4 on 4. 2 minutes.
Yep. No.
Okay, so if the team tapping off score and the other team tapping off, they don't have to score straight away because the game goes for 2 minutes.
Correct.
If they do, if they score and it's 1-all, the game just rolls on for that 2-minute period.
Yeah, and the only way is if it gets a 3 on 3, then it becomes sudden death.
Then it's open
Next
slather.
try.
So we await the tap off for the drop off. We will have 4 on 4. The coaches would have worked on this. They know which 4 players they want. If they're fit enough.
Oh, they'll have their 4 set. They'll have their 4 ready. You can bet it would be Ash, Courtney, Abby, and maybe Brooke because of her pace. That's my guess there.
You're not throwing Beth Webby into the mix there?
Yeah, well, because they're attacking, you might be right.
So let's see which way that falls defensively. You can't burn those leaders in Duff and Aliyah Parky. If they're defending, do you load up your team from the start?
Yeah, I think you have to. You got no choice. I think you have to. I would be sending my best 4 players out there. Look, at the end of the day, this will become a bit of a lottery. It's 4 on 4. Yeah, anything can happen. So I would throw my best out there, and whatever happens, happens.
And Trent Toomer, a relatively young coach.
It's his first coaching senior role.
Coaching role.
Yeah, he's done a great job with them.
We look down to the boxes. There are
Is that Craig Beecroft there?
countless coaches in both boxes.
Oh, he's got Maddie Regan on that wing there.
So we've got Young.
And Maddie's very quick too.
We've got Young, Quinlan, Regan, and Pappenheisen. Pace the burn right across the paddock.
And I think we're right with the Scorp girls. They got their best 4 too.
We got there lining up. Parky, Saldern, Duff, and of course, the winger, Billy Taylor. So the Mets with the first opportunity to attack. Scorps need to put defensive pressure on. There's a roll ball. Quinlan gets the run around. Young turns it back inside. Space out wide. Duff needs to go for the line. So Regan it is that scores for the Mets.
Yeah, Patricia will come on and defend here.
30 seconds gone from the clock.
And Ash
See it on replay. Young turns it back to Quinlan. The winger had come up. Quinlan.
It's
Nice
unlucky.
ball.
Again, there's no right or wrong with 4 on 4.
Saldern working hard to get out. Duff steps back inside Young. Gets outside of this time. But
it's good work because now they're closer to the line. It's only, I think, first touch or second.
First touch.
Yeah.
Courtney Young.
It would just be man on, and you just hope to save a try. That's all you can do here.
Sweeping now, Saldern. No, it's not Saldern. Play was offside.
Yeah, she's dumped outside the 7, and that's why she didn't have to hit the line there.
That's Parky. Saldern now into half. Parky with the ball, back in hands. That's Saldern. She'll drive in. Parky into half. Picks up. Duff goes for the long ball.
Oh,
the tap-on play attempted. Still 6 more.
Correct.
The Scorpions will get the ball back. We've had a minute and a half gone, so 30 seconds remaining.
25 there.
Saldern. This is Duff. Duff down for Saldern. It's a ball back. Could have been forward. The referees have spotted it. That call would have come from the sideline. You can see in the background there, the Mets girls, the box was celebrating.
What
The
a shame.
second touch.
They'll just have to ruck it up.
That's the pressure. The hooter about to sound in the background. There it is. The Mets box go up as one. Quinlan. They need to get off the field here.
Oh,
The Mets pile on. We could have seen something amazing there. The Mets girls have started to come onto the fields. If the referees were right onto it, a penalty could have been given. But they call the no advantage.
and I think Ash wanted to try. Maybe thought it was even. Maybe she thought it was even.
Maybe she did.
She was trying to step everybody.
She's never going to give up, Ash Quinlan. But neither did the Scorpions girls. Sfizzy, I've got to say to you, what an outstanding final. 4-3. The Mets victorious. We probably expected that to happen, but not the way it did. The Scorps girls were outstanding.
No, they were outstanding. And really, no one deserves to lose there. That is just so unlucky. And that's the problem we drop off, you know. If you can have two winners, that's where you want two winners. The Scorp girls were amazing.
If you're at home and you're a Scorpions fan, get on your Instas, get on your Facebooks, whatever your socials are, and you let those girls know exactly how you feel about them. They were outstanding today. They went down 4-3. The Mets, mate, we can heap all the accolades on the Scorps, but we cannot go away. The Mets, they got the job done when it really needed to happen.
Yeah, they did. They did. And that's it. Maybe that was the difference, a bit of experience. And that shows it at the end there. It's only second touch, and unfortunately, a bit of overexcited, and she threw that forward pass.
And the big one stepped up when it was needed. Quinlan, Michaelopoulos, Lynn Mortimer, Courtney Young, Beth Webb, they all did the job.
Yeah, correct. But, geez, them Scorp girls were amazing. They were outstanding.
So congratulations to the Mets, commiserations, but you should celebrate your efforts, the Scorpions girls. And all I can say, mate, as the Women's Opens coach, and I'll be having a quiet word with the ladies' 20s coach, the future is very bright.
The future's good, yeah.
So thanks for joining us again. We look forward to bringing you the next grand final, the Men's Opens final, where the Hunter Western Hornets take on the might of North Queensland Tropical Cyclones. That game will come your way at 6 o'clock, and I'll be joined once again by my co-commentator, Paul Sphere.